Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing episode on the Unleashing Potentials podcast. I'm your host, Bernadette, and joining me today is Katie Corlis. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, you did. Hello.
Yay! How are you?
Oh my gosh, I am such a spooky girl, as you probably can tell with my background and my unicorn horn.
Yeah.
I am loving October. Spooky all the time. Woohoo!
You're starting early.
So I'm a person, honestly, I'm such a spooky girl at heart that I have ravens up year round. I love kind of the witchy woo woo things. And I'm a millennial. So hocus pocus at least once a month all year long because I'm such a spooky girl. And I'm
Yeah.
not a big spooky girl with the scares. I kind of like the
Yeah.
funness, practical magic, and Casper. You
Yeah.
know, can I
Yeah.
keep you? Like, come on, people! It's such a great movie. I love it.
That's awesome.
So
That's really cool.
I I just lean in, and I did not know that they had these great things called mantle scarves.
Oh,
That is called a mantle scarf. So if people are curious, it is a new
yeah.
thing that apparently over the last few seasons has slowly become the trend, and
Yeah.
I love it because usually I just use a table runner and anchor it with other items, but
Yeah.
no, found me a fun spooky
That's really
mantle
cool.
scarf.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. So, Katie, where about are you tuning in from?
I'm located in a suburb of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania called Upper Darby.
Ooh, cool. What's the weather
Yeah.
like now?
So today is actually seasonal, finally. We've been in the high 80s for the last number of days, which is just not the norm.
Yeah,
Finally, we're a little bit more fall like. It's a little cloudy. It was raining this morning, which I love. Again, being a spooky girl, it's raining, it's cold, it's October. Yay, sign me up for that.
I love the smell of fresh rain.
I do too. I
Yeah.
like to fall asleep to the sound of rain and the
Mm,
smell of rain. There's just something
yeah.
therapeutic about it, really, you know?
Yeah. What I don't love is when the worms come up. I'm terrified of anything that wiggles or move. Yeah, I don't like that part, but I love rain.
I can understand that.
Yeah, yeah. So, Katie, let's get this spooky party started.
Right?
Tell me more about you and what is it that you do, and what are some of the impacts that you're making in the world?
So, as my name implies, I'm a LinkedIn strategist. I am a bit of a LinkedIn unicorn, as I've been dubbed over the last few years,
Yeah.
hence the spooky unicorn for October. And I love LinkedIn. LinkedIn is honestly, Bernadette, my jam and my jelly. I
Mm,
love optimizing and monetizing for my clients. I love when they come to me with, okay, I know I have to understand LinkedIn, Katie, but like, where do I start? What matters? What doesn't matter? Can I post the
yeah.
things on Instagram also on LinkedIn, or are they different elements? So for me, it has become what people contact me for. And I love that. I currently have a couple of clients who their big task, they're part of the government and they don't know if the government's going to open and when it's going to open. So they're corporate clients trying to figure out, how do I get out of the government sector
Yeah.
into the private sector? How do I get back into not having to worry about the sway of votes saying yes or no? Do we keep the government open?
Mm,
Yeah. So I've got several new clients that way. And how I got in was because of something similar before the pandemic. A friend of mine, her husband was just not really liking where he was, but
mhm,
had heard whispers that his competitors were hiring.
mm,
And he knew that the competitors were always looking on LinkedIn, and he hadn't really been active on LinkedIn.
yeah.
So he hired me to optimize and monetize it for him. We optimized it. We started posting on a regular basis. He was engaging. And within about 4 to 5 months, he
Mm.
had gotten his dream role at a competitor with like a 30% increase of salary.
Wow.
Why would you not say yes to that, right?
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
monetization when you're
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, more money."
Yeah. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
love
why LinkedIn?
I think it's because a lot of people have this misconception that LinkedIn is some scary beast, right? Like we're in spooky season. It's not a werewolf. It's not a vampire. It's not going to suck your life out or anything.
Yeah.
LinkedIn actually has a really good consistency of a foundation. Once you understand the foundation, you're solid. It doesn't change much. Some of the nuances of, do you get premium account? Why shouldn't you? For some of my clients, if they really are looking specifically for things, I'll tell them what level of a premium account to go after and why. But for the majority, your premium account really doesn't do much for the average user.
Yeah.
And I think there's over 1 billion profiles now that have been created for the platform. So again, people get scared of something that's not that spooky scary.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. I've tried to do LinkedIn. Again, it's so simple that I complicate it so much that I don't want to do it. Is that where you come in?
Yes. So what I like to do is I like to figure out, in your case, what are Bernadette's goals? What does she want to do? Does she want to attract more guests for her podcast? Does she want to attract more clients for the various offers and packages within her business scope? Or does she just want a really powerful network that she can tap into for several reasons? Kind of have a rolling Rolodex of very high-powered individuals depending on their industry, right? I've got a couple clients that's what they want. And they thought they had to have some elaborate, please welcome me into your contacts and your network message to go out. I was like, no, you just hit the word send and it sends an invite on your behalf. It's not that complicated.
Yeah. What would you compare LinkedIn to? Because I'm sort of familiar with Instagram. TikTok, I'm literally just diving into it. Facebook, I'm kind of a pro. YouTube, it was scary, but it's not as bad anymore. What is LinkedIn similar to?
I don't really know if it's similar to anything because it was always established to be your professional profile. So this is where you're going to talk about you as a professional, whether you're a corporate professional, a business professional, or a hybrid. I have a lot of contacts that have a corporate 9-to-5 job, but their side hustle, as we call it here in the US, is a business owner hat. So they're trying to figure out how to make the best of both worlds without making too much of a complication. So how I think of LinkedIn is, this is my professional side and my professional development platform. These are the books I'm reading. These are the podcasts I'm listening to. These are the networking events I'm going to. This is showing my contacts and my network, even though I typically am seen with unicorn horn, which always confuses people. I am being professional, though. It is part of my branding. It's part of how I do what it is I do. I would say when it was originally established, LinkedIn was meant to be an active resume. And then over the years, probably the first 4 or 5 years, they realized that it could be a really powerful platform in the simplicity of it, taking away those complications and the spooky, scary vibes, right? Simple and smart strategies make you successful on that platform.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, because at times the things that we don't understand, it can become so scary. And then once we know the methods, the steps, then it's not as bad. And that's what I'm learning and continue to learn, podcasting. And there's always new softwares, and YouTube used to be so intimidating. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to try, and it's not as bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And same with LinkedIn. Like, what I would tell you is posting twice a week. That's all it really takes for LinkedIn to realize, oh, Bernadette means serious. She means serious motions and movements and goals.
Yeah.
Right. So when I work with my clients, I tell them twice a week we're going to post. One is going to be a short post. It could literally just be you at a networking event, a couple photos of you at a networking event. I'm so happy that I was at blah, blah, blah chamber event at insert location, insert date. I'm excited for next month's such and such chamber event. It could be that simple so people understand, as a professional, you're out in the community. If you're a corporate individual, it could be maybe you sign up for a class within your company to expand on your skills. Take a couple photos of you with your laptop, taking down your notes, take a picture on your phone, take a screenshot, share that, because that is your professional development, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once a week, I have my clients, we do a long form post. And that's where we get into a little bit of the meat. I have one corporate client, like I said, government related. Her jam and jelly is graphic design. She is amazing at graphic design. So I had her mock up a new logo for me as basically an example of what she could do. And then we took that long form post and we broke down what it is she did to go from A to B. That way people know that, oh, she really knows her graphic design and she understands the power of branding.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a really good way to do it, because I think people want to see how we get from A to B instead of us just putting a picture of us just assuming.
End product.
Yeah, yeah. Just assuming that people know what we did to get to where we are. So I like that you do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. On LinkedIn, can you post videos like YouTube, little shorts, or is it just pictures?
You can do videos. It takes a little bit of time to fully upload them. And I will say, don't do more than about a 2 to 2.5 minute video. Anything longer than that, LinkedIn's not the most appropriate platform.
Yeah.
But let's say that you have a 90-second quick commercial type vibe for an upcoming YouTube channel option that you have going, or a series of podcasts that you want to talk about. Oh, I'm so thankful in October I spoke to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, element of P, and I was able to list them in about 90 seconds to 2.5 minutes. That's a great piece of content. And you can schedule out your content right there in the platform.
Oh,
You don't even need a third-party scheduler. No need for that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Aside from what you do now, what other different things that you do, like creatively? What do you do?
So Outside the Box Solutions is the name of my company, and I began it in 2012. My mom actually helped me come up with the name because she always said I could think so creatively and way outside the box. Just that's how my brain works. So I started doing a lot of social media management when I first began. And then people really liked how creative I could market myself. I was very creative in taking what I could do and putting it into vendor events, finding networking groups, both in person and online. I do have a handful of pretty regular clients. Once a quarter, I get a phone call for about 2 hours. And it's sometimes a phone call because not everybody likes to do the Zoom world.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes we just want to be old school and get on a phone.
Yeah.
Shows my age too, that this is my phone. Right?
Yeah.
And we chat about, okay, in this quarter, what do you want to do? How do you want this quarter? For example, we're in Q4 of 2025, right? October, November, and December are the holiday shopping season.
Oh, yeah.
So I have people that will contact me in September saying, okay, I'm finalizing what I'm doing for my holiday shopping season. What are your thoughts? And I will give them strategies, planning, and how to execute it. I'm not going to do the execution for them. I'm going to tell them what to do, give them some examples and resources. I'm a big person on resources.
Yeah.
I don't want to say something and then have you say, I'm sorry, where do I go to find that? I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll send you an email with links. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
You don't know what to do. One of my favorite creative strategy sessions I had earlier this year, it was a friend of mine's brother, and he knew that his kid needed help with some type of spring baseball. And I said, okay, well, you have a business. What if you sponsored for every home run that your kid's team gets on? This is not a high school related sports team. This was just spring baseball, like a rec league kind of thing. So for every home run that his son or anybody on the team made, his business would donate $5.
Mm.
And that kind of made the kids think, okay, well, if we had 4 home runs a game, that's $20. How easily could we make money getting home runs? And it challenged the kids on the team to go after home runs, to knock it out of the park, so to speak. And at the end of the season, he had a decent check that his business wrote, but his CPA loved it because it's marketing money. And the team had an element of a 503c, so it was a donation to a charity as well, in a weird way.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's another thing that my unicorn horn is also really good at doing, is being very creative when it comes to how to market yourself, whether you're a corporate professional, a business owner, or a hybrid.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned how to market yourself, because some of us, I'm still learning it, to be honest. All right. It's a learning curve. I have so many ideas to the point that it just, everything crashes.
I've been there.
So can you speak to us people who are struggling?
For sure. So one thing that I always tell people is part of your marketing is also how people visually remember you. Everybody remembers my unicorn horn. The second thing people remember about me is my bubbly personality. I'm very extroverted. I talk with my hands all the time, which for some people is a nightmare. Pun intended. Right? But for most people, it's also the fact that I know what I know, and I'm very authentic when I speak the authority I have on the topics I do. So in your case, a lot of people probably remember you for your beautifully fun hair, right?
Yeah.
And if you have your lips in various colors that complement the shades of your hair, that's also a visual cue.
Yeah.
I had a client, her visual cue was a brooch collection from one of her great aunts.
Yeah.
So she would always have a brooch on everything she wore. And people were always curious to know, oh, today it's a bumblebee. It was poinsettias during December. It was very holiday themed because her great aunt had a massive brooch collection that my client wound up inheriting. And so it was a very quick way to figure out how to market herself from a visual standpoint. Right? Because if you're going to take these photos and put them out on your social media presence, your website, if you've got a Pinterest account for real estate brokers, totally recommend you get one of those if you don't already have one. In your case, it'll be your YouTube, all these podcasts, because they're recorded. If people have a visual of who you are and it's consistent, that is a game changer when it comes to your marketing right there.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you for sharing. How can we continue to do what we love when we feel defeated, which is very close to the question you just answered, because sometimes we just lose motivation. We don't want to do it anymore.
I'm going to say something that might make other people cringe. Reset. Like, just stop and reset. My reset, since I live in Philly, I freaking love the history here in Philadelphia. So there are times when the trains of thoughts that constantly run in the Grand Central Station that is my brain, and I'm just like, stop with the trains. I go and I explore my own city. I reset. And by resetting, it puts my mind somewhere else. And then I can come back to the problem. I can come back to the client issue at hand. In my case, I just launched my first ever group program for LinkedIn optimization and monetization. I've never done it before. And I was in such my headspace that I had to go out of my normal area, my bubble of comfort, my zone of comfort. So I went to Valley Forge. I love Valley Forge here.
What is that?
It is a massive, massive national historical park. And it's actually where George Washington was stationed it was before he was president, when he was George Washington, the military man. And for about, I think it was about a year and a half, they were at Valley Forge instead of being here in Philadelphia, because the British were here and there was all sorts of drama. So Valley Forge is this amazing military base, essentially, that became a national park. It is a historical piece of our history that I'm just so grateful. I live like a half hour from.
Yeah.
Drove over there. I walked around just a portion. It's a massive, massive historical park.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a portion. I wandered around a part of the settlement.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Bernadette, by like removing myself and putting myself into an unknown environment,
Mm,
it cleared up all of the trains of thoughts that had been sitting in the Grand Central Station. That is my mind.
mm. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So that's what I always recommend to people. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, go reset yourself wherever you feel you're zen. I
Yeah.
have one friend, her zen is a smash room. She goes to a smash room and breaks
Yeah.
things to pieces with hammers and sledgehammers, and she drop kicks things.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets out, she's like, okay, I now know how I'm going to solve my problem. I'm good. Thank you so much. Best therapy session ever. And away she goes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's nature.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
I
to be out. Yeah.
There's something about walking on the surf too. For those of you who live near a body of water, whether it's an ocean, a lake,
Yeah.
something about having your toes in water, but your feet on sand of some variation, it just grounds people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Um, is there anything that you'd like to share that we didn't get to talk about?
I think the biggest thing I would love for your audience to know is when it comes to LinkedIn, it's simple, smart solutions. So I'm going to give you 3 real quick tips.
Mm-hmm.
1, change your face 4 times a year. Seriously, by
Yeah.
changing your profile image about the time the seasons change,
Mm.
it lets LinkedIn know you're not a bot account, you're not a spam account, you are you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Second, that banner at the top of your profile, that is gold mine of marketing real estate.
Yeah.
Put something in there. Don't use the generic fill in the blank options at LinkedIn. No, no, no. Put
Mm.
your name there, put your business. If you're a corporate person, put the top skills you have so
Mm.
people know what it is you do with ease.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
third tip, which I already kind of leaned into a little bit, is schedule the posts off your LinkedIn directly because they will organically work better for you versus the third party schedulers.
Yeah.
You're going to get more views, you're going to get more impression, and you're going to get more traction to
Mm-hmm.
accomplish your goals, whatever they may be for your LinkedIn strategy.
Mm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned to kind of brand yourself.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, because some people they don't do that. They don't want to do the cover picture. They don't like taking pictures. But I think people notice those small things that we either do or don't do, and they like it. Yeah.
I have a TY unicorn that I'm using as my version of Flat Stanley,
Yeah.
if you know what Flat Stanley is.
What is it?
And so Flat Stanley, at least here in the US, we had such a fantastic thing. It's essentially a paper boy named
Mm.
Stanley, and you'd color him in and he'd go on vacations over the summer. So everybody would get a Flat Stanley in May. And the whole project throughout the summer was to take Flat Stanley all over your summer.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball games, if you went camping, if you went to the Grand Canyon, if you went to Yosemite National Park, wherever you went, Flat Stanley went with you. And then you had pictures. So then in August or September, whenever school resided back for you for the next school year,
Mm-hmm.
you'd bring photos of Flat Stanley's adventures over the summer.
Yeah.
And I have that same thing with a TY Beanie Baby unicorn called Rarity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm now everywhere I go, there's a little unicorn that goes with me, and I'm taking photos of her because that's also part of my new branding to go with the unicorn, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's an element that people will remember me for.
Mm-hmm.
It's an element that helps people know, oh, there's a rarity sighting. I literally have hashtag rarity sighting
Yeah.
as part of my hashtags in certain photos out
Yeah.
on LinkedIn because I want people to associate rarity and the unicorn horn with my skills regarding the platform of LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, yeah. Um, where can people find you? And are there any projects that you're working on that we should know about?
Okay. Obviously, LinkedIn is going to be the best place to find me. You can find me at Katie Corlis, just like the name shows at the bottom of the Zoom here. You
Mm-hmm.
also can find the company page outside the box solutions. You'll
Mm-hmm.
see kind of a galactic space vibe for the logo because I think outside the box. And somebody once said, "Lady, you do not think outside the box. You're like in a whole other stratosphere." And then I leaned into the like, oh, I can do galactic symbols and
Mm,
kind of that intergalactic, interstellar vibe.
yeah.
So those honestly the best place to find me right now is LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
For projects, I just launched my first ever group program here this week on October 6th.
Mm-hmm.
My next group program is going to be in January of next year. It's
Mm,
a 9-week program where we go through the process of optimizing and monetizing. I have one on one clients that pay me a very nice amount of money to
mm-hmm.
do that for them on their behalf. This group program is that same sequence for 8 weeks and a bonus week to wrap up all those loose ends because, loose ends. It's like a mummy. Like you just
Yeah,
wrap it all
yeah,
up and then whoo, out it
yeah.
goes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
that's my newest project is
Mm-hmm.
taking all of these nuggets of knowledge and the pearls of wisdom, as they say, to put it into a group program setting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where January takes me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure, right?
excited. Yeah, yeah. Every year has its own blessings, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Yes.
yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share as we wrap up?
Honestly, I just am so grateful that you had posted out in a Facebook community that you and I are connected on. And I
Yeah,
figured I I definitely have some interesting stories and I really
yeah.
appreciate the ability to unleash people's potential out
Mm,
on LinkedIn. So I
yeah,
figured I'm gonna see if Bernadette will do a
yeah,
unicorn interview.
yeah, yeah, definitely. You're welcome back anytime to share. And I never
I
turn
love it.
anybody away, ever.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
I
My
love
last
it.
question for you is, what is the meaning of life for you?
I think it's to be a good human,
Mm,
right? To
yeah,
be balanced and happy.
I love that.
There's so much chaos in the world. There's so much drama and hatred
Hmm.
and an inability to love yourself that then gets manifested out into the world differently.
Yeah.
So I think by being a good human being,
Hmm.
that to me is the purpose of life and the zest of life.
Mm,
I have a lot of gumption. That's the word most people associate with me. I'm very ballsy. I'm very point blank. I don't like the bullshit. I don't like the drama. It's not my cup of tea,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it took me a while to figure out that gumption is actually a really grounding and powerful word because
Hmm.
I try and just simply be a good human being.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Of
Well,
course. Thank you for asking.
yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
And
Um,
same back to you. What makes you have your purpose in life and your zest of life for Bernadette?
colors.
Okay, explains the hair.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love colors. That's how my inner child comes out. It's a way my soul speaks. Yeah.
Oh, love that. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of
Yeah,
course.
thank you. Well, Katie, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. Thank you for sharing and thank you for who you are and for showing up. We need more people like you to just show up. So thank you.
I'm just honored once again that you said yes to wanting to interview a unicorn. So thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And right back at you, too. Thank you for having the
Mhm.
gumption to have
Thank
your
you.
own voice, a colorful voice,
Yeah.
a
Thank you
voice
so
that we
much.
need too. Of
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank
course.
you. Okay. Let's see here. There.